Hello, beautiful people. My name is Strawberry Siren, and welcome back to Avenuex. This is her lip reading for Word of Honor. This is episode 2. Sorry this has been a long time, and I know that people have been waiting for this episode, so thank you guys for your patience. But yeah, Avenuex, if you happen to ever see this video and you don't like me using it, please let me know down in the comments below or any other social media. Thank you again so much for these educational videos. I definitely enjoy them, and I definitely am going to be checking out her poetry ones as well at some point. Let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay, so
hello, this is Avenuex.
Hello, Avenuex.
On the lip reading for Sugar, that would cover the entirety of Word of Honor.
Yes. I am excited. Educate me, girl.
Last time I stopped around episode 14, so today we're gonna take it all the way to the end of the drama. Same as the first video, it doesn't cover every little bit that has been changed in post-productions, because not all the changes are actually necessarily related to Sugars. Also, I need to warn you, because I'm taking it to the very end of the drama. If you haven't caught up with the drama and you really hate spoilers, I'll leave the
I hate spoilers. But luckily, I've seen the whole show.
talk about what line in what episode, so you know where to stop. So let's head right into it. First thing, episode 14, there isn't a line in the drama that got changed in dubbing, but there is a line that was omitted in the drama version, which existed in the book version. Right at the end, when the two male leads had a big quarrel and Zhou Zishu left, before that, Wen Kexing was saying, luckily, and then there's no future lines. Whereas in the book, he actually said one line, 幸好我还没有特别喜欢你. Luckily, I haven't yet liked you too much. I don't think that's true though. He has totally fallen and he probably is not 100% aware of that.
Yeah.
In episode 16, there is a scene that's not related to the two male leads, but very interesting. It's related to Cher and Eve. Yeah, that's how they're called in China. The Scorpion King and his adopted father. There's a flashback scene that shows you Scorpion King is the person responsible for killing the young man that showed up many episodes earlier. In the drama currently airing, you'll hear him saying, 本王某局岂容他人染指，成就大业有我一个就够了. This king calling himself 谋局 plotting and strategizing, 岂容他人染指. How can I bear other people messing with my plan? 成就大业 making a huge ambition come true. 有我一个就够了. Which is referring to my adopted father doesn't need anyone else. I am more than enough, so I
apparently not.
Which actually kept the essential meaning of the original lines, but took out all the implications of his real relationship with his adopted father. What's really spoken when they filmed the drama by the actor is 卧榻之侧岂容他人安睡 义父身边有我一个就够了. 卧榻之侧岂容他人安睡 comes from an ancient prose. What it means is on the side of your bed. How can you bear another people snoring away? Which means you cannot bear any other people getting into your territory. Because this is much more direct about first, I am the monopolizing person of the adopted son and father relationship. Also on the bedside. The scriptwriter is very clever about suggesting things here, but it's kind of too obvious. That's why they changed it. And the second line is 义父身边有我一个就够了. So it's not making something ambitious happening. I would be enough. It is by the side of my adopted father. If there has to be one, I am enough. Episode 17, quite a lot of famous moments. First, when Chengling was practicing and Ye Baiyi Wen
Grandpa, yes.
watching there, Wen Kexing said a line and pretty much just doing an advertisement for the nut company. In the drama version, you hear him saying, 我排了好长队才买到的. I had to queue a long queue to buy this nuts. Whereas the real line here is, 我排了好长的队才买给你的. The first part is the same. I queued a long queue, but the later part is to buy it for you. So it's being specific about, I got this for you. Then,
of course,
and they got back to the bedroom. Wen Kexing reached out and then Zhou Zishu turned away. After that, Zhou Zishu said a line, and the dubbing changed a little bit of it. In the drama version, you'll hear him saying, 我看不得你那副假模假式的德行，戴着面具. I can't bear looking at how pretentious you are, as if you are wearing a mask. So that's the meaning of that line. The actor Zhang Zhehan actually said when they filmed it, 我看不得你那副 哼哼唧唧的德行，假模假样。So it's very similar. They changed the 哼哼唧唧 to 假模假样. And then in the second line, they added, 戴着面具 wearing a mask, whereas in the original one, there isn't a wearing the mask. I cannot bear looking at your, not just being pretentious, but being 哼哼唧唧. 哼哼唧唧 is a word to describe somebody being not straightforward and trying to get what they want by acting a little bit girly and like a child. So it's like, you make that sound. So that word is actually describing the sound people make when they try to get something. 哼哼唧唧. And then the second line is 假模假样, putting on a pretense. I'm just guessing maybe they find 哼哼唧唧 is too girly. They're trying to be extra cautious. At the very, very end,
makes sense.
So we have that beautiful moment when Zhou Zishu has already left. And then Wen Kexing is on the bed looking as he walks away and said very quietly to himself, 看过之后你就不会当我是朋友了. Previously, Zhou Zishu is like, let me see your heart, which is let me see your secret, let me see who you really are, and then I can help you. Wen Kexing's reply here is, 看过了之后, after you've seen it, 你就不会当我是朋友了. You wouldn't think of me as your friend anymore. What he actually said was, 看过了之后你就不会理我了. After you've seen it, you wouldn't want to bother with me. You would just walk away from my life. So it's a little bit more direct expression of emotion. So I can see why they changed that. What I've heard about this drama is in their original script, it's much more daring than the version that you see today. While they were filming it, they already tuned it down. And in post-production, they tuned it down even more. So the fact is, Word of Honor, if it was made exactly as the original script is, we probably would be screaming like all the time. Maybe in the parallel universe. Moving on to the very classic episode.
I was screaming anyway, but more so
those drug zombies. They had a pit stop and had a few lines of chick fight
yes.
before they head over and crossed that big canyon. Wen Kexing was patting on Zhou Zishu. In the drama, you'll hear him saying, 你这叫嚣张到底，终叫雷劈, which means you're acting so arrogantly, therefore you got stricken by lightning. This line is so changed.
I believe it.
He said, 你这叫情场得意，战场失意。情场. Chang is a field. Qing is emotion. So 情场 here means the battleground for love. Because you're 得意, which means you get what you want. So you're happy, you're satisfied with your love affairs, with what happens with your romantic life. Therefore, 战场失意. You lose what you want at an actual battlefield, which is they've just fought off like the zombies, and Zhou Zishu was complaining. There are only a few times I've been chased like this. So yeah, Wen Kexing is so on the nose about that. Because you have me, you're happy with having me, therefore heaven is fair and makes your life difficult at fighting off zombies. Now we're gonna take a big jump, not because there hasn't been any changes happening among those episodes in the middle, it's just because they're not very related to sugar and stuff. Episode 28, very beautiful scene, Chinese New Year's Eve dinner scene with really terrible food. Like that chicken soup looks like just hot water. Wen Kexing and Zhou Zishu had this exchange. He drinks and he said two lines. 无人灯下对酒，无人为我心忧. Nobody would drink with me under the light. So it means at night. And 无人为我心忧. Nobody would understand what I feel sad about. So he said, had I not met you, had I not had this life, that would be my life. But the actor actually said, 无人灯下对酒. First line the same. Second line, get ready. 无人与我白头. No one together with me, whitehead. So that's a direct translation. Had I not met you, there would be nobody to grow old with me, to grow to the point where we both have white hair.
I love that. That's so cute.
See why? It has to be changed. There's no way this line is gonna get through censorship. No way. And then episode 32, the literal cliffhanging scene. When Wen Kexing was standing there facing off all the heroes who want to destroy him, Zhou Zishu hops down, walks.
Such a beautiful moment too.
And faced all the enemies. Zhou Zishu looked into Wen Kexing's eyes and said this line in the drama version, 你省省吧. Which means stop making this much trouble. But what's actually spoken, if you slow it down, pay attention. I've looked at scene many times trying to confirm it, and I'm pretty sure it is true. As people have managed to find out, what's actually spoken by Zhang Zhehan at that moment was 你是我的人. You are my person. Do you remember in the first video I said?
I love it.
Scene when he said, you are the person 我认定, I'm sure of you. You are the person that I pick. There's no...
Yes, I love that scene too.
Didn't bring out the 认定, but literally is 你是我的人 You are my person. Literal translation. Yeah, I can see why it has to be changed. Also, I think this is a line from the original book too. Episode 35, the absolute heart-wrenching episode. After the fight, Wen Kexing was almost passed out, and we have this very classic scene in the book and also in the drama. That very classic hand touching scene that in every kind of ways, like symbolic, religious, however you want to interpret that. But Zhou Zishu had a line spoken. In the drama, you'll hear him saying, 老温 literally is calling Wen Kexing, but actually what was spoken by the actor was 你怎么了? Which is, what happened to you? What is going on with you? It's a question about your condition. I'm feeling like maybe they feel calling the name actually is a more in the moment thing than say 你怎么了? Because you can totally see, like, he's hurt. He got poked through by a sword in his chest. Clearly he's not well. It's more like trying to get a better logic for that scene. Now we're heading to the last episode, which is a heavy, heavy, heavy episode, okay? So sit tight. This is important. For the version you watch, if it's a direct translation, which I do not know, okay? From the Chinese drama version, it will confuse you to no end because you just cannot figure out what they were doing. Is it B? Is it HE? Happy ending? Bad ending? Open ending? What the heck is going on? I've already explained that in my live stream video. I've mentioned everything I know about the ending and why it ended up like that. If you're curious, go ahead and check that out. Pretty much after that, you will be happy about it. The lip dubbing went crazy about the end.
I haven't watched it, but...
And two major chunks. One is a sugar line when they are in the treasure cave. One is afterwards, the last scene. So first, let's talk about the treasure cave. When Zhou Zishu read the 六合神功, that scroll that says, how to practice that crazy technique, 叶百一 knows. Wen Kexing was standing on his side and started commenting on practicing that and what is the price you have to pay for it. You'll hear him say, 也就是说，即便活着离开此处，以后也得长久隐居极寒之地，食血饮冰，没完没了地活下去。也就是说 that means 即便活着离开此处 even though we can live here alive, 以后也得长久隐居极寒之地。In the future, we had to live in seclusion in extremely cold places. 食血
The mountain.
没完没了地活下去 live indefinitely. But what's actually spoken is much more personal. So what the actor actually said was, 也不知道你我若是无缘离开此处，你愿不愿意和我从此食血饮冰，没完没了地活下去啊。So there are similarities for sure looking at the two paragraphs. 也不知道 I'm not sure or I cannot tell. 你我若无缘离开此处 If you and me cannot leave this place. So instead of saying, even if we leave the place, he actually said, if we cannot leave this place. 你愿不愿意和我从此食血饮冰? Would you be willing to from now on?
I love that.
Eat snow, drink ice. 没完没了地活下去啊 Live indefinitely. Honestly, I don't see there's a huge problem with that. It definitely is not like on the nose about like being really intimate and stuff, but it clearly is suggesting living with me. It's emphasizing that picture of two lovebirds living in their own little Eden and
on the mountain together.
So it got changed. Now, head over to the last bit. Really, really complicated, but I'll try my best to explain it to you. So the Chengling telling stories to his students. It's so overdubbed. Literally every line in that is changed. Once you decipher what's actually spoken by the actor playing,
I think you guys actually told me about this part.
% sure that the original happy ending is a happy ending. In the drama, you hear Chengling say, okay, it's a long line, so forgive me for reading it literally off my notebook like this. 必须有一个人甘心情愿将自己肉身当成炉鼎，将辛苦修炼的真气反输给练功者。无论你武功如何精深，就算一时还没爆体而亡，终会全身筋脉尽断。Or quickly, roughly translated, there has to be one person who willingly sacrificed their body as the furnace to pass this 真气, the qi that he practiced and cultivated, put that into the other person's body. No matter how strong their capability and strength is, even if the person doesn't die on the spot, exploding, that type of thing, eventually their jinmai would all be broken. So jinmai is your kind of energy passage.
Yep.
Whereas intense lip reading would show what actually was spoken by the actor was Get ready.
Okay.
必须两人同心，相守相护，还要全心全意地互认为知己，因之间保持相爱，才能在处境危机之际传。
Yeah, that is extremely different.
Then there's a line that's cut out because it cuts to the students. We don't know, what's spoken by the lip, but we can guess what's spoken. The second half of that line was 被对方保护的不死人. It has to be two people having the same heart, so same kind of mind, 相守相互, accompany and protect each other. 还要全心全意的互认为知己. Also, they have to full-heartedly recognize each other as their 知己, the person who knows you perfectly. And this line is weird, the one line after, right? I literally stared at the actor's mouth for like 20 times, and I think it's actually, yeah, true, but it sounds very obvious, which is 因之间保持相爱 literally means because between them they kept the state of being in love with each other. Literally,
yes.
Super direct. 才能在处境危机之际. Because of that, then they can, at the times when the other person is in danger, 传递真气, passing that chi to each other, 渡过难关,
Basically back and forth.
difficult obstacles. Then it's the line that cuts to the students, so we don't know what Chengling said, but when the shot comes back to his face, he said, 被对方保护的不死人, undead person being protected by the other one. So people assume and guessed. The line when the shot is on the student was, therefore, when they succeed at practicing 六合神功, they would become undead as they are protected by the other person. So, as you can see,
She's so cute.
actually filmed on the day. It was really direct because it's saying these two people have to love each other so they can help each other and therefore they become undead. If you have
Immortal.
questions about the ending, really, and just all the ins and outs and all the information that is floating on the internet and figuring out what it is, go and watch my live stream. I have time coded it so you don't have to waste your life and time and can head over straight to that particular point when I talked about the ending. So this will conclude my 2 videos on the lip reading for Word of Honor.
Love it.
Something like this has ever happened in Chinese dramaland regarding a BL drama that airs that changed so much of its lines, but then still leave you clues for you to figure out what's actually spoken.
Which I love.
Because there aren't that many BL dramas to start with.
Yeah, that's true.
These 2 videos have been informative and helpful to you, for you to dig out even more sugar out of this already surprisingly satisfying BL adaptation drama.
Right?
Word of Honor. Thank you for watching Avenuex. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy sugar digging.
Nice. Alright, so that was our girl Avenuex talking about the rest of the beautiful sugar lip reading lines from Word of Honor. Yeah, a lot of those I already knew because we did talk about it in the live stream I did as well. And just the fact that you guys left me so many great comments with the show and everything. Maybe sometime, maybe next year at the year anniversary or something, we'll be able to do a live stream of the show. Maybe not every single episode, but maybe most of them. And maybe I'll go into the live stream of hers and watch like the little bit of the end there to see if the explanation that she gives is pretty conclusive to what I believe happened as well, or like what we all believed happened, because a lot of you guys gave me a lot of tips about the ending, because it is extremely confusing with how it ended and you don't really have any knowledge before that, just to know like what legit happened at the end between the two of them, because they obviously ended it the way they did because of censorship, but then they brought episode 37, like the 2-minute bit between the two of them being alive on the mountain together. For those of you who have actually seen it, it's really sad that they didn't get the rights or even have that bit like for Netflix. Like the only place I found it was on Viki. Like you can't find that episode on YouTube, you can't find it on Netflix at all. So the people who watched the ending of that will probably be very disappointed like I was, until I went behind and did the research behind all that and then went ahead and did a reaction to that episode as well. But yes, I still very much loved A Word of Honor, and I really do appreciate Avenuex for going through here and doing this kind of video to help out a lot with the lip reading stuff, because they obviously got away with a lot of actual words being said and dubbed over. and because people are so good at lip reading. I really do appreciate her and all those people putting this kind of video together. It very much clarifies things for people who don't know any of the information behind this. I will definitely be reacting to the poetry episodes with her as long as she's okay with it, and maybe a little bit of her live stream as well, just to get a clarification for sure about the ending. So if you guys saw this video, let me know any recommendations you guys would like me to do, and I'll see all you guys later. Bye.